Can you hear me? Yeah, there you go. All right, microphone is on. Hi, sir. Welcome. Thank you for letting me know about that. You guys can hear the thing, right? Yeah, you can hear it. Okay, so this is going to be, we're going to do Secret of Mana, and this is going to be Eternal Recurrence. And I've already got the MIDI and some of the instruments in, and it loops from here, it loops right back to about around here. And then I think it keeps on playing after that. Because then at the end, you know, I'm not actually sure yet, but we'll figure it out. So in the beginning, let's see, we want to isolate the first channel. And so that's the piano. Now this piano mostly repeats itself up until this fifth bar, or the sixth bar, when it starts changing. So we can just grab this right here. And then what does it do? Does it stay piano or does it change into something else? So it stays piano for now. So let's hold Control and Shift. Select all this. Let me check the patch log to see if anything changes. Okay, it changes once around, like right here. Where is here? Ah, there we go. So we can leave this part out of our selection. With Control Shift. And then we can copy all of this and... Actually, let me keep it playing because I want to see where the loop is. This will be a good way to tell where the loop is. So let's find first empty and call this piano. Okay, and so the loop is around, now I can hear where the loop is. It's right around there where it starts to form legato notes. Now, I'm going to paste this line into contact, and the piano, which I've already added, I've added 3 instinctive strings patches, and the piano is number 4. So let me paste this here, and then select number 4, and press Alt-C to change. And so I think I have to push the piano an octave up, right? Yeah. So Control up. That'll do. And now I'm gonna paste this into the playlist, and I'm gonna align the end with the end, and then I'm going to make a cut on the first bar. Wait, I have to select my snap as being 1 bar. Make a cut at the first bar, and then loop this bar all the way back to the beginning. Okay, and then for our second channel, oh wait, I still need the glockenspiel, which I have added in contact as channel 6. So let me go and grab that glockenspiel. Kind of dub the bells in orchestral music. It just sounds like a bell. And copy that, and then I'm gonna go find first empty and call this glock for short, but without a V. So I'm gonna paste this here, and then I'm going to send it to channel 6, Alt-C to change, and then let's play. And let me see. I just need to, because there's in the game, it has an octave in it. It's recorded as a flam, which means that there are 2 octaves playing at the same time in 1 note, and 1 octave is offset in time a little bit. So one plays after another, and it gives it a little click sound, ding. So it does ding ding really fast, and then it's like ding. So if you listen to it in the game, if I can ever find it. It's hard to find, but you'll hear it. It's actually I do need to measure that, like how quick it does. Okay, so you can hear the click kind of, but you don't hear it in the original. And so I think what we need to do is copy this pattern, and then put it down an octave, and then Shift-I to invert the selection, and then selecting no snap, let's try to match what we hear in the original. Nice. Now let me play that back again. Maybe a little faster. Maybe a little slower. Nice. And now, unlike in the game, I want this to sound like a real glockenspiel, so I'm going to give it some release. And this is going to make it sound different, but this is kind of what, orchestral music does. This instrument doesn't really have a mute, so when you hit the key, it just keeps ringing out. unless you hit the same key again. Very nice. And the panning, I forgot about the panning for the piano too. What is that like? So the panning for the piano is the same. It doesn't change. And let's copy, wait, no. 16% right, so let's put that into the contact patch. About 16R, and then it's going to be the same for the glockenspiel because it doesn't change and it's in that channel. So let's also set that to 14 right. It's also pretty quiet, so let's turn it down a bit. Wait, I'm doing the strings. What am I doing? And now, I thought there was like some kind of panning sweep on it. Is there? No. It just fades out in volume. Yeah, it does have a dip in volume there. Let me see what that's all about, if that's reflected in the, Oh wow, look, there's quite a few volume changes in this song. Let's see. Let me put this glockenspiel into the playlist and go and align this. So I need to set up the volume to be changed, and the way I want to do that is by going into the automation tab and contact and assigning a host parameter to the volume of the glockenspiel. And so what I want to do now is copy this automation, but set my snap to be a bar so I can copy it exactly. Copy that and go to the Glock pattern, and now I need to go into current project, generators, contact, and go to where it says volume. Now I just paste that, and then now the piano also has has some automation on it. Let me see what that's doing. There we go. But because it changes so much even in the beginning, I need to put that in a separate pattern because this part's looped. This part right here is looped. So first I need to go and tell contact that I need a knob assigned to this volume. I go assign it, and then now contact will set another knob labeled volume. You go and edit those things. And I can put this in the MIDI just to save space. So let me just do that. And then I can also remove this kind of so it doesn't ruin any kind of tail that I have. This is the glockenspiel's part, so I don't need that in there. And let's try it. There we go. Okay, so that's good. Now, let me set a mixer track for that too. Let's see, create separate master out, and then send that out to plugin out 3 and 4. This is going to get complicated because I didn't yet create that. Let me, I'm going to send this to +1 and then just set contact to 1. These will be the strings. What theme is this? This is Eternal Recurrence. Hello, welcome. Yeah, Yeah, this is eternal recurrence. I'm not sure exactly where it plays in the game. So now I need to, let me set my name for my piano mixer track. Okay, so now, there we go. Now it plays. And then the glockenspiel will need to be given another separate master output channel and labeled plugin outs 3, 5, and 6. And then we just add that to the very next one and call this Glock. Okay, and now I want to move on to the next channel. See what we've got in store for that. Bass strings. Does it stay strings all the time? Yes, it does. Okay, so that'll be our first strings. Let me grab this. But do we have another bass? I think we do. It looks like an octave bass string, so there's like basses and cellos. And so let me copy this channel first. This is the cellos. Find first empty, call this string bass. So let's send this to channel 1. And then let's grab our other string channel, but let's make sure that it stays strings. It doesn't, so it changes around 24. So we want this to stop around 24. We only want to copy until 24. Let me see, does that include 24 or is that accepting 24? It changes before 24. So let's copy everything before 24. That sounds nice. Thank you. Glad you like it so far. So I'm going to put this into the string bass as well. And it doesn't stay a bass, but we'll call it something else. We'll call it like strings 1. And let me send this to channel 2, Alt-C to change. And then, let's see. I should change the name to strings 1. Okay, so let's hear how it sounds. Oh wait, I need my panning first. Let's go and grab, so let's see, the panning here is 70% to the right. So let's drag this 70% to the right. 69 is fine. And 70% to the left for the second strings. Nice. Now we can put this in the mix. But we also want to check for volume automation. Let's see. Yes, we do have some volume changes here. Let me copy this line, and I'm going to tell Contact to assign an automation to the first strings. And then we're going to go into contact and select the third volume automation knob and then paste that there. Likewise, we drag the next knob into the second strings. Go and grab the automation from the volume knob of the second strings, and then we'll copy them into the next volume knob, volume automation that FL Studio created for contact. Okay, so let's see how that sounds. Nice. And none of these strings have an envelope, right? No, they just stay the same. So what I now want to do is just switch over. Wait, there's a change. Wait, I don't need the change yet. There's another part to this pattern, but I don't need to worry about that yet. So now I just want to find what's next. And Kuroneko is going to stop if there's nothing being played yet. But this is a flute. I have to wait for it to... There we go. Okay, a very quiet flute for now. But does it stay a flute, is the question. It does not. It changes around bar 9. And it does have an envelope. It changes to strings. So this is a flute. There's another, there's those tubular bells. More flute, so we can select that. Actually, this is going to be repeated, so we don't need to select all that. Actually, I can just select here instead. Nice. We'll copy that. And then find first empty. And then we're going to call this flute because remember we have an envelope on this, so we need to give it an envelope controller. So let's go and make ourselves a MIDI out channel. Set the port to 2 because I have my MIDI out going to the TG77 on port 2. And then my TG77 is down here. Let me just straighten it out a bit. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what this TG77 looks like. I have myself a voltage converter because Japan uses 110 volts, so I have to use this thing. It's not imperative, but it lengthens the shelf life of the instrument. That's on, and then you push the button on, and then you get the welcome screen. Now we have the flute loaded up by default. We just need to press effects bypass so that we don't hear any reverb. All right, so Now we can go and play this port. Wait, I have to paste it. There we go. Wait a minute. That doesn't look right. Oh, yes, it does. Let me go make sure my snap is set to bar. Select this space and go to Tools. No, Edit, Delete Space. But I do want, since there is a space here in the song, I do want to leave a little bit of space because it's not going to cut right. I want there to be a tail at the end of here. So let me go to the pencil and give it a quarter note of space. And so now let me go into my mixer. And this the audio here is going into my Focusrite Scarlett, which is going into FL Studio. So if I do, it's going into the input 2. So if I set that as the input and then go to Edison, and I'm going to put a limiter over this so it doesn't clip. If I play it, I can see the envelope, but I need to push, the flute needs to be pushed an octave up. So I do Control up, and now if we play, and that should be the right octave there. Yes. Nice. So now if I press record, okay, so now let's normalize this, trim the side noise, and save it as a wave. In TG77 recordings, let's call this eternal_flute. And then now we can go and replace this with a Fruity Envelope controller, and then drag go to our mixer and go to, where's Mana? Mana TG77 recordings, Eternal Flute. And let's put this starts about about 2 bars in, I think. Let's see. Go to filter group and select all. Yes, 2 bars in. And so we now have this going, and then at bar 9 we have nothing. Like it changes to something else. So let me make sure I select this in the middle. Let me go to half a beat. Now this is going to pick up again, the flute's going to pick up again at bar 16. So it picks up here, and then we have to repeat this rapid section. Let's drag this out and like this. And let's set this to be, well, we can't set the volume yet, but let's go to our go to the volume automation for the flute pattern, edit events, and let's copy this whole line. Now remember at bar 9, there is a change to the glockenspiel, and it changes, no, there's a change to the tubular bells. No, there's a change to the strings and then the tubular bells. So it's not a flute from bar 9 to 16. So we have to be sure to take that out. So let's copy this. There are a few, let's see what y'all are saying. There are a few who make videos on YouTube for passion, for love, and not for money. This guy is one of them. Well, I'm getting paid from ad revenue, but I don't do this. I wouldn't do this if it was just for the money. There are people who like to really play up the money making aspect and like put clickbait in their videos and like push ways to get people to keep watching. I don't do that. I just do what I do, and if people want to watch, they can. It works out pretty well. I'm trying to make money off of this. I'm trying to make what I can, but I'm not trying to make a fortune off of this. I'm just seeing what happens. So let's go to flute, and I did copy that, right? Yes, I did. So let's go to flute and paste the line, and now we can remove everything from 9. Well, actually, yeah. So and what we want to do is remove the space, and so we go to there and we do edit, delete space, and now there's also this bar of space here. Like I removed that space in the notes, but I also included a quarter note of space at bar 9. So I have to put that in. I have to reflect that into the thing. So 1 beat, and let's go to insert space. So now that'll be reflected, and now when it changes volume, it should line up perfectly with this, with something that happens here. Wait a minute. Oh, because I also removed that repetition. So I removed 4 bars of playing. So now I have to remove that again. So let me just select 4 bars here. And I can actually go Control Delete as a shortcut. So now when I play from this automation change, it should be kind of a change right here. Oh wait, it's not gonna play because it's not in the thing. So now the ending. No, I need to remove more bars because I think it should align with here. Like once it should, like, right. So let me remove this. I don't know exactly what happened, but this is definitely where this part should occur, because if I do here, it lines up with the change in pattern. And if I can confirm that by going to the MIDI and looking at where this thing aligns. It aligns it perfectly with the place where it changes in the original, so that's good. And so now with that said, I want to put this pattern here and then do the same thing, make a cut and move this to where it starts. Oh, I got to put this under the flute though. I also want to duplicate this bit, so let me make a cut here. Put this at the end and then drag it out. So now this is going to follow the volume automation. And now the only thing we need to do is give it that envelope. So if I go to the Fruity Envelope controller, now if I go to the flute recording, oh, but I need it to have an envelope and that automation, but that's okay. I think it can do that. I think it's like an additive thing. So let me go to link to controller. Let me select Fruity Envelope Controller Articulator 1. And then now it's not playing. That's actually a good sign because wait, no, it's not a good sign. No, it's not playing at first, that's why. And it's adding, but it's adding too much to the volume. So for example, before it should be starting right around here, like at negative 16.2. So that's where it should start. So what I have to do now is, I have to take that. Okay, this would be at 39%. So I want this to start at 39%. So I have to take the scale because this envelope is pushing the volume up more and it's making it louder. But I don't want to do that. So what I have to do is, let's see, take this and I'm going to set this to be, this envelope is now going to make it just sustain. There's no volume. There's no envelope changes. There's not really an envelope. It's just straight up 1-to-1. So, and this is going to show me where the top volume point is. So now I just have to set this. Cool, so that works. Now it's at exactly 39%. So now I can make my actual envelope. So let me set this. This is the sustain knob, so I want to give it some I want to give it some decay before this. So let me right click and call this decay. And so let me see what kind of envelope it has in the original. I'm going to need to find a legato note so I can see what it's doing. It almost fades out all the way on the long note. So let me see what y'all are saying. Thanks for your music and thanks for your work, Sam. I love your restoration music. I listen to it always. Thank you, Pablo. Welcome to the stream. Glad you enjoy it. Now this long note is a bar long, so maybe, and we wanted an envelope that is almost done fading out by the time the note is done, but not quite. So maybe we want just a bar of decay. Where's the bar line? Oh, I need to select tempo for a bar line. So select the tempo knob, and now we just stop it at 2. It's doing that thing again. It's kind of trying to hijack the thing. Let me turn it down a bit more. So looking at the taskbar here, I can see what percent the knob is at. Looks like it's right around 40. It can be a little less. And so now if I go over here, so now what I'm looking for is to make sure that this automation is also taking effect, that it's not just using the controller. So I want to go back to the beginning. I see it's now going into like 40s as far as the percentage goes. Let's see. And when I go here, It looks like it's not really taking the automation as well as the knob. So let's go to uncheck remove conflicts, see if that helps any. Okay, so I think it doesn't quite work like that. I have to find a different knob to automate. So one thing I can do is I can set this knob to be full again. This envelope to be full again. And then go to the volume multiplier knob and just use that. But I need to, I don't know why it does this. Undo that and just paste. Why does it do that? Just paste it at the beginning, man. Okay, so let me try going to pattern. It's probably taken the playhead position. There we go. So now this volume knob the volume multiplier will act on the volume while it does. So let's see. And yet it doesn't sound very loud. I think because this is unipolar. No, this is bipolar because this is normal and then it goes plus. So I might need to take it down 50%, take the automation down 50%. So let's go to 50% and see what that does. That sounds right. Okay, and now we can go to check out our panning. And I think there's another flute recording here. Is this another flute? Yeah. Yes, it is. So we can we can copy this knob and copy it to the recording. This panning knob, and then let's see. Now we have, yeah, everything should be good. Now let's give it a mixer track. Let's send it to insert 4 and call insert for the flute. Flutes, because we're gonna have multiple flutes. Now let's go to, so the next thing that we have in here is more strings. And that happens around bar 9, from 9 to 16. So let's change that. Copy that actually. And there was a glocken, there was like a, wait, hold on. No, I think I went to the wrong channel. So this from 9 to 14 is the strings. Let's copy that. And does our panning change or does it stay the same? No, it stays the same. So we're also going to use 45% to the right for the strings. And let me go and make a new strings thing. Find first empty, call it strings 2. Go into contact and paste this at channel 3 and Alt-C to change. Now we're going to set this channel to be 45% to the right. Okay, so we've got that. Let me paste this into the project by going to, I'm going to put this in a new track. And then I can go and grab my tubular bells actually. And actually let me track the volume changes for those strings. So this goes from 9 to 14. So we copy that. And then I'm going to go to the strings 2 patch. change to pattern, and without with stopping the selection, I'm going to paste this at the beginning. Oh, but I also need to give this a volume knob inside, a volume automation inside contact. So drag that knob there. Go back to current project, generators, contact, and select the very last volume automation created. Right click and edit events and paste it here. Okay, so now we have that. Let's go and grab our tubular bells. And I do believe the tubular bells stay the same volume the whole time. And now we just need to go and I'm going to put this in the Glock channel and just name it bell chromatic percussion. So let me put this at the end here. And this is going to be, what is my tubular bells channel? Channel 5. So I'm going to select these notes, select channel 5 and Alt-C to change. And now I want to assign a volume knob temporarily to the bells because I want to sample the volume that they're at in the game. So let me go to the volume automation in the MIDI and just copy this right here. Go to my chromatic percussion pattern. And then go to the newly created automation knob and select the part where the time where the tubular bells plays and paste. Now I just need to sample this, so if I just press play, it's very loud. I don't even know if I want it that loud, but we're taking relative volume position for everything, so I need to have it. Now I can remove this knob and just, and it's gonna stay the same because I have it set. So I don't know what this is all about, but I'm just gonna have to change that later, and I don't know what's going on there. But let me paste. Like I have the, I'm just gonna slice off the end of this pattern and put it over here. I don't know why it's so loud, but for now, let's, I'm just gonna set the volume knob to be something else because that's, but I want to denote what it was playing at before. It's just really loud. Let's set that to, actually, I think it's more just that everything is too loud, so everything's gonna have to be taken down. So I can set that back to roughly where it was. So everything here can kind of come down. Let's take everything down 6 decibels. Just so we don't overload everything. And now let's give our tubular bells a track. So let's create separate master output channel and send it to a plugin out 7 and 8. And let's send 7 and 8 to, what is the next one? We're skipping one and we're going to go to 4 because the flutes are using 4. So let's call this tubular bells. Now we can go to, let's see. what is next? So that's all for that channel, but I need the panning for the tubular bells. So let me go to that moment. There is no way that that bell is that loud compared to... Oh wait, I forgot to take it down 6 dB. Duh. That still may be too loud. I want to hear that in the original. I want to hear how freakishly loud this bell is in the original. And that's not really that important right now. Let's see. We'll figure that out later. And then now if we move on, we have the next flute in the other channel. Channel 4. I can delete this. Well, no, I'm going to need that later. Channel 4, so let's isolate channel 4 and play. And it's going to start about 2 bars in. This is another flute. Let's grab this line. It also turns into strings at bar 9. Wait. It turns into strings at bar 5. So we can exclude that. It turns into brass. And then does it stay brass that whole time? Yes, it does. Okay, there are no more changes. So let's record this second flute layer real quick. And it can use the same pattern as the other flutes, so because it's using the same, it's just another layer. So what I want to then do is, first I'm gonna have to go to another pattern to record this. But I don't need to do anything with that pattern. I just need a dead pattern. So let me go to add another MIDI out, set it to port 2, and paste this. Wait, did I not copy that? It's ridiculous. So once again, copy these notes. Make sure I didn't go over the line here. Yeah. Copy. And go to a dead pattern and paste it into the MIDI out. But for the flute, we need to put it an octave up. So Control up. And if I play it, and I just want to put a dead note at the end of here so I can get that tail. And then let me go to new recording, press record and play. Okay, cool. So stop playback, stop recording, and trim side noise. And let me normalize that and save as TG77 recordings, Eternal Flute 2. So now we just have to drag this flute record. I'm going to insert one here. One track here, and now for our second flute, we just go into, let's collapse the browser, go to Mana, TG77 recordings, And I have to refresh the browser. So now flute 2, just drag that in there. And now I want to tell the, I think it's going to have the same volume envelope, right? Or no, not the, it's going to have the same envelope, but the same automation. There's not really going to be any difference in changes. Let's see. So it plays from 3 to, it plays bar 3 and 4. That's just a straight up single volume thing, and it doesn't change. So I don't need to do, I just need to sample this volume here and then set that to be right. So this is 39% volume. Now I just go to filter group and select all, and in Eternal Flute 2, I just set that to be 39%. About. So now I just need to set the envelope controller to control this, to control the volume knob. Oh, but that's good. That means it's gonna ruin what I have here. So I have to set 40, the multiplier to 40%. That's right. There we go. That ought to do it. And let me set my volume knob to be controlled to link to controller and link to the Fruity Articulator 1. And then let me go play. Now you can see it changing. Nice. So now I just need my panning. And my panning should be the exact opposite, the 45% to the right. Yeah, 45% to the left. So let's copy that knob value. Copy value. Paste to Eternal Flute 2. Okay, so that's good. Now we have a whole brass thing to do, I think, next. So if I play that, the next thing is no, we have some strings. So I think what's happening here is the strings are switching patterns because now once this strings is done, it goes right into the channel before it. So it basically just switches channels, which makes our job harder. And so that means that I am going to grab this line, and it's a repeated line. So unless there are volume automations that make it bigger and make it longer, no, it just repeats. So let me go and grab this pattern, and I only need one of these articulations, so because it repeats. So let's just grab this one and hello, Jammin. Everything's good? Everything is good, Mauro. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. So let me go to strings 2, and now I want to push everything here. I want to push it forward. So what I'm going to do is move this pattern. So I'm moving it 5 bars away to channel 6. And now I need to do the same for my volume automation on that. I go to current project, patterns, and strings 2. Take my contact volume and highlight the first 5 bars and move it. Insert space. Wait, I don't know how I'm not probably not moving it the right distance. Let me paste. No, I don't need to move it that far. Let me shift I to invert the selection and then move it. Only needed to move it 2 bars in. So let me then delete the space with Control and Delete. And then now now I need the volume automation that happens on those bars. So let me go and highlight these 2 bars, copy, and then go into strings 2. And go back to current project, patterns, strings 2, and select the contact volume. And then paste that value. Let me make sure the playhead is right here. Paste that value here. Oh no. Now I need to remove this space because it created some more space than I needed. Control Delete. And then now I need to change the channel that this uses to the same channel as this one. So I just select this, select channel 3, and Alt-C to change. Now it's going to change, or at least it should. Yeah, it did. Now it's going to change these to match. This is going to be in the same channel. So now I just need to see if there's any difference in panning. So let me see. The panning here is 70%, 45% to the left, and then the panning in when it changes channels is 45% to the right. So it does switch panning. Now I just need to go into Contact, Automation, and drag a knob on the panning here. And let me go to Patterns, let's see, no, Current Generators, Contact, and find the panning automation. Insert what is already there. No, not insert what is already there. I need to go from, what is it, 45% to the left to 45% to the right? Yeah. So I need to, whenever the first 2 bars are 45% to the left. So let me paste that here just for reference. And then this is like this is like 2 cells over the halfway point. So let me just go, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I didn't need that. So let me cut this. I don't exactly know what because this is a numeric, wait. This is not going to be, it's not telling me what values there are. So let me just copy whatever 45% to the right is. And why is this selection still there? 45% to the left. Your job is awesome. Holy God. This is not my only job, I guarantee you, but thank you. So we have this 45% to the left selected. Let me go and copy that and take it to the panning knob here. So now I have that pasted, and so now when I go to this strings, I should see 45 left in here. Yeah. And so then I want it to change to 45 right. So let me go copy whatever the automation is in this channel at that moment. Go here, right click, edit events, and copy this automation and paste it in this channel on the contact automation where the next line starts. So now it changes. And I can put that in the song right now. Wait, no, it's already there. And it's a sudden change, so let me go and make it smoother. Let me go to the pencil, and if I right click, I can make a smooth interpolation. But I want this to change kind of at the point. A little bit over the point. And this will be smooth like that. So it's a smooth change. Oh, that's not where the pop is coming from. Let me remove this edit and then it's actually, I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a lot of it is the volume. So let me go to generators, contact, and it should be the volume before this. Yes. Yeah, it's changing to, is that a right, is that on the line? I guess because there's some release, it needs a smoother transition, so let me just give it a little bit of smoothing. Actually, I need to remember where. And I think that it does it, but I just need to set the panning to be smooth now, and then it should go away. But there's still some kind of weird volume change thing here. That is weird because I hear it before the bar. Let me see. Why do I hear that so early? That should not be like that. I don't know what's going on. Let me see what happens if I do this. I think it's just the sudden change in here. So maybe if I do that before the bar. But that also means I need to have the repetition there. So let me once again move this. Let me copy this. Whoops. And then so now I need to duplicate the volume automation as well. And the panning information. So copy and paste, and then let me just, oops. I have to set this. Okay, so that's good. Now it's now there's that change at the end, but not really much else. Be a gradual change. That's much better. Now I just need to insert space, control, where's insert? Control insert, and then add about the same thing here. And let me make this a little smoother. That's good. I like that. Smooth enough. So now this is gonna start here. I'm gonna set this to a bar. Wow, that is really quiet. I have a feeling we're gonna have a problem with some of the volumes in this track, and we're gonna have to level them out ourselves. Let's see. Your software editor's sound is like a little low volume. Oh, yeah. This is the whole thing is kind of low because I did it. It was a recording, but so now you can hear how it plays out so far. Let me set this mixer track to be in the flute as well. Yeah. Sorry about that. But some of these sounds are just so quiet. I'm keeping everything the volume in that it is in the track, but I'm gonna have to adjust some of these volumes later on. That sounds really good. Thank you. Glad you like it so far. You're like, this is so loud and that's so quiet. I feel like there's a huge. I feel like it's over polarized. Like the quiet sounds are really quiet and the loud sounds are really loud. So that shouldn't be a problem. One thing I'll just have to scale the levels across all the volume automations, and that should fix it once I get the scale right. Just about getting that scale right. So if we move on, let's see, we're in channel 4, and what's happening next in channel 4 is the brass, I believe. Yeah. So this is strings, right? This is like... No, this is the strings. That is... We changed to the brass. Let's see. Okay, so all of this here should be... Wait, that was in the other channel. This is all... Yeah, this is all brass. This is my synth brass. So let me grab this. And I think that this part is synth brass too. Let me see. Let me play the original. Yes. Yeah, that's true. Everything else is synth brass, so I just need to grab this whole thing, really. So if I go find first MT, and this also has a what do you call it? An envelope on it. So I do need a pattern for this. Let's call this brass. And let me put this in the MIDI out. Now it's going to play the flute by default. So what I want to do is I'm going to take you to the TG77, and I need to go select the brass, which is kind of hard to see because of the flare. But if you go to, I have to go back using the back button. BR, now we're in BR. BR ensemble. I'm looking for 1980. There we go. 1980. Whoops, my camera, it misaligned. Okay, so now I just need to record it, so and let me make sure that that is the right octave. I do believe the brass doesn't change octaves. Nice. It's a little loud, so let me turn it down. Oh, I have to take, I'm going to set the volume to be in the mixer to be down. Let's see. So you guys don't hear it that loud. Let's see. Now I'm just going to go to my Edison and press new. And then, no, not edit. New. And then record. Wait, that is a little too loud. Let me take down the gain a little bit and then try to record again. Wait, no. Press record on Edison and then play. Nice. Okay, so, oh, wait, stop recording, normalize, trim side noise, and then call this eternal brass. So now let me raise the volume back up and now I think that should be all the recordings we have, right? Ah, we have another flute here, so that's a no. So I want to go and replace this MIDI out with another envelope controller. And then I want to add my brass recording in. So I go to Mana, TG77 recordings, Eternal Brass. And this is going to start right around here. And now I want to take the volume automation for this. And by going to the pattern on which it occurs and selecting, it starts right about here at 9. So I want to now select from 9 on. And then that is going to go into the brass pattern, and I'm going to go to the recording and go to my volume multiplier knob, paste it here, but set it to be 50% because this is a unipolar value. All right, this is a bipolar value and the automation is unipolar. So now that sets our that sets the stage for our automation. Let me put down the pattern under it. Oh. For some reason it's shorter. That is weird. Let me see what's going on here. I think I started it, I think I recorded it at the wrong point. I messed up something. Let me go and try to record it again. Yeah, let me see, yeah, I recorded it in the middle or something. So let me go, and actually I want to give this line an ending because it's going to help our ending if I can just give it a quick, it's going to help us in the end if I can give it a quick ending. So let me do that. Let me just give it like a bar of this. So now I press record and then I play. Oh wait, no, that's because I replaced it with an envelope controller. So I need to give it a MIDI out, set it to port 2, and then play. So that's why there's this whole like recording. Nice. Stop playback and stop recording, and then trim side noise, normalize, and save the recording. So now we'll save this over the last one, Eternal Brass. Failed saving. Oh, because I have it open already. So let's delete the recording, and then we can save it. Eternal Brass, and so now let's go back to our pattern and add it again. Eternal Brass. So now this aligns with our pattern. So we now want to go, and I'm going to go again and do like paste the volume automation into this line, and then set the scale the levels to be 50% because we're going from a unipolar value to a bipolar one. And so now that'll do. Now we just need the envelope to take effect. So if I go to, let's see, if I go and replace this with a envelope controller, And then I can go and right click the volume knob on the brass recording and set the articulator to fruity, set the controller to fruity envelope controller number 2, articulator 1. And now it will control the volume. So if I go to play the point, it'll play that articulator, that envelope, but I need to see what envelope I'm actually using in the game. Wait. So it's a short attack with a very long decay. I'm going to do tempo here. Give it a step decay, a step attack. And then I'm going to do how long? So there's 2 bars of decay in the longest note, I believe. Yeah. So with that note, does it fade all the way out? No, it doesn't. So it has to be longer than 2 bars. So let me try 3 bars. Let me see. And that attack, I think, needs to be shorter. So let's shorten that. Let's do not sliding points. And now let me check this automation here. Oh no, I need that to be longer. I need it to stop at, let me do sliding points again, and I need it to stop at bar 4. Let's see. Someone says, do you do original composition? Would be cool to commission you for an indie game OST. I do definitely do commissions for originals. I have some originals that I've done, but I haven't really been keeping up with them. I do want to do more originals. After this soundtrack is done, I plan to put out some either covers or originals, but I am open to being hired for an indie game OST. So that is always open. And that would be very much appreciated because that is very much what I would like to be doing ultimately, is composing for indie games, because I do love indie games and I like the freedom that indie games give you as opposed to console games, how they always want cinematic music. I like to be able to experiment with other cultures. I especially love multicultural music, like music that takes inspiration from other cultures, and so I think indie games give you a really good opportunity to explore that kind of thing. So this brass, let's see. I love to listen to your original stuff. You're super talented, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And oh yeah, welcome to the stream too. Glad you're here. But you can listen to my originals. I have about like 6 originals. They're in a playlist on my YouTube channel. If you go to my channel and scroll down past all the Donkey Kong, like actually I think they might be first, but you'll see a playlist of like 6 original songs. And so you can go and listen to that when you want. And it would be, yeah, leave a comment if you feel like they made an impression on you. And yeah, glad you're interested in the originals, man. It's good to see somebody giving some love to the original stuff. And let's see. So this brass patch, I want to make sure that it fades out in time. So I want to isolate this. Found it. Thanks, man. No problem. Enjoy. Okay, so that's good, but there's a little bit of a spit sound, and that's, I think, because of this release. So we want no release on this. I want to snap it so that it snaps so that it's right on the bunny. Now let's see how these short notes go. There's something weird about that. it's like the envelope is taking a minute to take effect. So, and I think what that is because there's a slow transient already on this. Oh, no, that's not what it is. It's actually because the notes are supposed to be offset a little bit. Let's just offset the recording. Let me zoom in so that I can actually see exactly where this note should go. Okay, and that should be good. It's still a little poppin', so let me move it even later. Nice. Now if I play the whole thing in its place. Now, this is all well and fine, but I remember hearing a difference in the envelopes. I remember hearing the envelopes change, particularly on these two long notes. So if we go to the original again, you hear how that the decay there is really fast, but then when you go to listen to. Oh wow, that's actually, I forgot to raise the volume there from when I did the recording. So let's see. -3. Now, if you listen to this in the original, you hear how those notes are super fast in the decay. So what I need to do is reflect that. Like maybe a bar. But it changes on those two long notes. Do you see how fast it's going? So if you listen, I'll let you hear the full note. So if you listen, the first long note has a longer attack, but the same amount of decay, and the second long note has the same amount of attack but a longer decay. So one way we can do this, that means we have to give these two notes a different articulation. And one way that we can do that is to actually set because like the thing is like this C is not being used anywhere else. So one thing I have control over in the Fruity Envelope controller is which notes is the range of notes that is being used here. So I could set the notes to be like a length. Like I can set the boundary, but then that would remove this note here. So what I need to do is duplicate this controller twice. Clone, clone, and then I need to grab these two notes, cut them, and go to envelope controller number 3. Cut this one, and go to envelope controller number 4. And so now I need to set, I would need to set this volume to be controlled by all 3 of them, but that's going to cause problems. So what I would need to do is probably cut out those two. Well, actually, no, I only need one controller because, let me undo that. Cut note. I can just set the range of these different articulators. So I'm going to delete this. And now all I have to do is go to the recording of the brass, find where those two notes occur, and then cut the recording right there. Let me set my, see, what do I have to set to? About half a beat. Let me cut this right here and here. Now we have this as a clip. And then if we press make unique, it's going to create a new channel. It's the same file, it's the same recording, but it's on a new channel. And that means I have a separate volume knob, which is what I need. So what I do is link this one to a controller, go to Fruity Envelope Controller number 3, articulator 1, and set that to be the truth. So now what I want to do is set the envelope. Now that it's being set, I just have to set this. I have to set all these to. I have to make a mixer track for all these first of all. So let me call this brass. And let's see, this goes to number 6, and the second recording also goes to number 6. And now this one is going to be, so this one's set to be controlled by articulator 1 and number 3. And so now what I can do is I can specify the range here. I can say that I want articulator 1 to only go as high as this B5. And then I can say that I want articulator 2 to only go as low as C6. So now when this note hits, it'll be controlled by articulator 1. If we go here, it doesn't take effect. And this note will be affected by articulator 2. And so what I want to do now is just copy this envelope and paste. Wait, what? Copy state and paste state. And then here I need a fast, in the first one I need a fast decay, but a slow attack. And in the second one I need this, wait, this is a bar, so yeah. One bar decay, but a longer attack. I think I want this to be all the way over here. And so now this one has a short decay, but I want it to go all the way as far as 4. So now when I paste this, when I play this, wait a minute. I want to isolate this part first of all. Oh, that's right. C happens first, and then it's B. Wait, it's C6. Oh, but I have to also link it to both. So, oh yeah, so I can only link it to one articulator at a time, I think. Let me make I wonder if I could, oh, I can make a new link. So I can link this as well to articulator 2, and that should, if I uncheck remove conflicts, because it's a conflict, that might be okay. Nice. Now there's that pop in volume again for some reason, and I think that's because, actually, I don't know why that is. It's probably because there's no release. Let me add a release real quick. Okay, so let's see what y'all are saying. Wow, absolutely love how you captured the feel of Donkey Kong Country OST in your original pieces. Would be cool to even have you do a song for me for use in my videos. I will definitely have to reach out. Yeah, if you can email me. I have a business email on my YouTube, and then if you email that email, we can talk about, like the details and stuff and what it would cost. So that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool to hear from. So I look forward to hearing from you. And sounds good, man. Thanks. All right, thank you. And now we have this. We have this brass recorded, and so now I can just should be good. Let me give that whole thing a preview again. And I want to set the other one to have a little bit of release because it kind of jumps down too fast. Let me see. Yeah. And the regular articulations also kind of pop because there's no release. So let me give it a little bit of release. Oh, I have it set to snap. Nice. Beautiful. Cool. And I think I also need, let's see. I need to copy, because the volume automation that happens here, I need to copy this as well to the second iteration of the brass recording. And I just paste that here so that it follows both. Cool, so that's the brass, and that concludes channel 1, or no, channel 4. Now we just have the flute in channel 5. Well, not just the flute, but let's see what else we got going on. So channel 5, let me unmute all of this. This is actually, there's some stuff going on before that. Let's see. See if Kuroneko will stop it. Oh, it's muted. There's some muted notes here. So these are, what are these notes even? So it's pattern, it's 35. What is 35? Ah, it's the flute. So there's like some unused flute trills in here. So yeah, that'll definitely be cool to include in maybe in the loop or something. So this thing is all a flute. Let's see. Ah, no. Wait a minute. So this run here. So everything before this is a flute. And then we have flutes again after this string run. But I don't really need to record all these. Actually, let me just do this here. Then we have more flutes here. Ah, brass. So let me copy this then. Okay, so let me just copy this and let me find a new channel and call it Flute 2. Welcome back. Glad you could make it. Now, we need to add another MIDI out, set it to port 2. How long have we been streaming? 1:48. Okay, almost 2 hours. We will probably just have enough time to get this song done. So now this MIDI out, I do also need to select my... Alright, let me remove the space here by going to bar. Actually, don't want to go to bar. I want to go to beat because I need a little bit of space here. And control delete. And then I can delete this space here too. Control delete. So now we have our flute line. Let me switch the TG77 to the flute. Now I just have to push this next plus button, keep on traveling, and go travel back to WN flute. There we go. And now the flute in the TG77 is always an octave higher than it is in the game, so control up to change the octave. And then if we play... Nice. Okay, so then we want to record this line, and I'm going to turn the volume down so it's not too loud for you guys. Just remind me to turn it back up. Okay, so go to the master, and then go to Edison. New recording, press record, and play. This part is unused, so you won't hear it in the game. But it's in the ROM, but it's not from the game. It's muted in the game. I had it at the wrong volume. It was clipping a little bit, so let me try to find. That's good. Now let's record again. And this part is, again, unused in the game. It's in the ROM, but it's muted. So you won't hear it. Nice. Stop playback. Stop recording. Trim side noise. And normalize. So if we save now as Eternal Flute 3. And then that's good. So now I just go to collapse the browser and I go to Eternal Flute 3. Let me try, I think I'm gonna have to put this, we're gonna have to do some aligning here. So this is going to, let me see, I'm gonna set this to beat. And this occurs, the flute starts, or the muted flute anyway, starts at 1 bar in. And then the main flute starts at bar 5. So this can go to bar 5. That doesn't really make much sense, does it? Yeah, I don't really like, we don't need that. We don't need to have that in there at all. Doesn't even sound good. He probably what he was doing was like using it as a dump to like try something, but he didn't actually intend for it to be there. I just wanted you to know the algorithm is working. Your previous lives came up during my listening to Stickerbush Restored. Cool, I got to catch you live on here. Great, glad you're here. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. So now let me raise up the volume here back to normal. You guys can hear it, and now we have the flute number 3. I think I've forgotten to do some panning. It's because the brass, I need to find the brass's panning. And so that was channel 4, yeah, this channel here. And it doesn't change, so this is what it always is. Let me copy this value, set the filter group to all, and take the brass, all the brasses, and paste the value there. So now, what else did I do? Did I take that other flutes? I did the painting for those strings. And then, yeah, I think I'm all passed up until now. I think it was just the brass that I needed to get the panning for. So now the panning for the flute, for the second flute, or the third flute rather, is going to be this one here and 30% to the left. Does it change? No. And so now we just copy that 30% to the left paste it to Eternal Flute 3. And now I need my volume automation for the flute. So now I can just take this volume automation starting at bar 5. There's just junk up to there. Let's see this. And copy that. And the flute, I think there was some, I need to cut some of this flute up because there was some rearranging of notes involved. Let me... Oh, right. It was over here that the strings take over. Strings take over from 13 to like a bar 13, 14, and 15. And then we have a repetition until bar 20. So let's make a cut at bar 13, I think. Yeah, right here. Make a cut right here. Send this to bar 20. And let's also make a cut at, wait. No. So let me go back to the pencil and I have to align this with bar 20. Let me make a cut 2 bars after that and repeat this thing. Wait, I need to set my snap now. Let me just make sure I'm aligning this with the grid. I'm not. Let me go to none and just center this right here. Cool, so that's our flute, I believe. Yeah. And then the rest is brass. So now we have this flute, and now I just need my volume automation for this flute. So now, first I need to take my flute 2 pattern and make those same cuts. Wait, I need the snap to be bar. So make those same cuts here, and well, let me set my bar to beat, or my snap to beat. Put this here. No, wait, put this here. And then let me cut right here. Drag this out and drag another 2 bars of that out here so it repeats. Now our automation is going to line up. At least it should. No, it won't. What I need to do is go to the flutes pattern and copy the volume from 5 on out. But now, hey, I just wanted you to know that oh yeah, I already read that. Yeah. So let me copy that, go to flute 2, and I can actually, no, I'll leave that there, but let me go to the recording. Starting at channel 2, I will just select everything and paste. Wait, did I get the whole thing? I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Let me undo that and let me select again this whole thing. Ah, here we go. There's some at the end of that. Yeah, Yeah, I didn't need that, so I'll just remove this. This is the brass automation. So now what I just need to do is no, wait, I don't want to be doing this because the flute has an envelope, right? No, this time it doesn't. So I can just put the automation in I can leave it there. So now what I need to do is I need to set the changes that happened. So I want to know, so the cut is made here at bar, cut is made right here. So I want to know just where those automations start, what is happening over there. So our flute plays here, let's see. The flute starts again here with those trills. And so I need that part to be there, where the trills start. Let me go to flute 2 and go to the recording automation. So now these trills happen over here. They start here now, but where do I need to make my cut? Let's say I have to go by the bar, so I need to make my cut from 13 to 20. And then cut that. Wait a minute. That's actually irrelevant. No, because what happens for this part? I need to track this. So that big dip happens at bar 13, and that is the part where the strings come in. So I need to remove that one. And after that, it's all just the same. So I need to cut this exactly here. Now, that means that I just cut this here. And then the trills will happen here. But when the trills come in, there's a different volume point. So I need to go and grab that. So that would be right here. And so I just grab a bar of this. Go to my recording. And paste that there. I don't mind the sun sometime. Yeah, images it shows. Let me paste that a little bit in so it doesn't have a noticeable change. Let me paste it about halfway through the bar. I mean, halfway through the beat. Quarter note. Now that doesn't sound right. It sounds like it's conflicting with the other flute. Maybe I have the timing wrong. Let's see. Ah. The flute is supposed to come in here, actually. Let me copy all of this. So, and those are really too loud, so I don't know what this automation is all about. I don't like what's going on with this automation. So these two flutes. Yeah, that's just really way too loud. Wow. Someone says wow. Nice. All right. So with that done, we can go and record our other brass. That's at the tail end of this. And actually, I need the panning for my flute too. I've already set that. Never mind. So now I really just need the brass to record again. So let me copy that, and I'm gonna go into. I'm gonna put this in the same pattern. Let me go into brass again. Paste this here. Well, actually, no, I'll just keep it here. So I want to start this here, and then I'm going to set my TG77 to be the brass again, but I need this in the envelope, the MIDI out first. I'm just gonna go to a dead patch. Well, let me go to pattern 8. I can delete this and then go to paste the brass line in this here, and then go to the TG77 and wind flute. Brass 1980, and then so now I want to so now I want to record this line. Let me see. Let me set my volume first. Too loud. Let me turn down the volume here so it doesn't burn you guys' ear out. This is really cool. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. So now this, I want an ending note because this is the ending of the song. So do like that and see how that does me. So now I just want to go to Edison, new recording, and record and play. Nice. Stop recording, stop playback, and save this recording as Eternal Brass 2. So now with that saved, do we have any more recordings to make on the TG77? Because if not, I'm going to close it out and go back to 44.1. I think this is all just strings. Ah, we have a flute there, so we do have more flute recordings to make. Okay, so we can keep the TG77 open for now. Now I just want to drag this second brass recording into, so let's see, to the ending. So this is going to be about right here. But remember, the brass is kind of, let's see, it's another layer of brass. So let me see. Wait a minute. This is just the same line again. Did I get this one already? I think I just put it in the other recording. Oh, I think I'd probably just recorded that again. Wow. So wait, this line is like, let's see, this ending. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I totally just recorded that again for some reason. So I don't need that, but there's gonna be more brass recordings later because I heard it in 6. There is another layer here. And so that is where we have channel 6 come in. I think it's Kiro Neko's gonna stop playing it. So this is our strings. And then we just grab that, but for how long did it last? Is this all strings, or is it just... Well, no, obviously not, but... Up until channel 16, it's strings, and then it changes. So this is all strings, then. And so our panning is what? Okay, and then it changes to flutes. And so the pattern that we have here is going to be another string. So let's call this strings 3. That we covered already. There's our brass again. So it goes from brass to flute again. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me cover the strings first. And I just added a new strings patch into contact at channel 7. And I'm going to send this to the main strings out. Oh, that's just channel 1. That's right. So now this is going to be 7. So I'm going to paste that there. And then select 7 and Alt-C to change. And then that's cool. This changes panning at some point. Let me see. So it starts 1 bar in, so I need to grab the panning change from 1 bar in. It changes just once. So I copy that. And then I need to go into contact and assign a volume automation to it. No, a panning automation to it. Now I'm going to go into current project, generators, contact. And then I put the playhead to the beginning and paste. Wait, why is it... That makes no sense. Oh, because it doesn't take it if you don't start at the beginning. Just dumb. So what I need to do now is go back to it and just copy it from the beginning and then remove that space. So I go to the panning automation and paste, but then remove some space here. Control delete, and now it removes it again. So what I need to do then is I can play it and then let it take. So now it'll take the volume, and then I can do Control Delete, and then insert, and then Control I to insert the current value. So that'll do that. Just one way around FL Studio's stupid handling of automation. And then it changes. So it changes at 8. Yeah, that's cohesive because it starts a new section at 8, so. Nice, so that'll go into strings. That'll go into the next track here. And now I need to check for volume automation. Volume changes. So right-click Edit Events. And then I will capture all of this because I think it doesn't change after that. Wait, no, it does. So the strings go till 16, so I just need to grab all of that. And then copy and paste it. Well, actually, I need to set a controller for the strings volume here, so. Right-click Edit Events and do that. Now let me set the volume first, and then Control Delete to delete the space, and then Control I to input what is already there. So now it's tracking the volume and it gets louder. Cool. So we can paste this. It's already put into the song, so let's see. Now we have more flute stuff. And that begins over here. So let's grab this articulation and go once again to the throwaway pattern, because I don't think this has an envelope that it needs, because it's just flute trills. So let's just paste that there in the MIDI out. And then I'm in the brass patch, so now I gotta go back to the flute. Take you guys to the GG. You can see that 1980, and then wait, I think I went too far. There we go, flute. And I went an octave up, I think. Let me see. Did I do that? Did that go through? No, it didn't. So I have to go Control up to select the higher octave. Yes. So now we just record that. Really, let me put a dead note at the end and make sure that it goes through, that it does the whole thing. and then record, but I need to also set my I need to set my volume, so let me play it. Okay, so that's good. Let me turn that down so it doesn't. Oh wait, I already have it turned down. Never mind. Forgot to turn it back up. So let me record. So then let me save that as Eternal Flute 4. No, I don't need to delete that yet. Now let me just drop it in the project and go to collapse the browser. Go to TG77 recordings, Eternal Flute 4. And then I can put this into the second flute line. And this has to play twice. So now I just need to take my panning and let's see. This one can also take the envelope because I know it's just a layer in front of the other one. So Fruity Envelope Controller, let's go to Filter Group All and then link to controller. Select Fruity Envelope Controller, articulator number 1. Don't remove conflicts and accept. So now, but now I need to set the volume automation for this flute. So if I go to play where it is, and then I go to, let's see, volume, edit events. It'll show me it's just a set volume, but it doesn't tell. Let's see, the percentage is 55%. So I want to set the volume multiplier to 55%. And see, that sounds so bad because everything's just so loud. But it'll sound good later. And I'm not even bringing the volume up because it just doesn't, it sounds really weird right now. But we'll make it work. Let's see. Let's see, we have like 3 flutes going on this at once. And actually, I think this belongs to the second flute trill. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, this goes here. And yeah, this is repeated like this. So now, these flutes are really loud. So I just really need to get everything copied down and then we can sort it all out. And I just need everything to be in its right place. And so what do we have next? We have some brass stuff going on. Okay, and then it loops back. So let's grab this brass line and copy. And does this have an envelope on it? I don't remember. No, it doesn't. But I do also, I forgot about the flutes panning. So let me go and grab that. So this part and 31% to the right is the value that we need. So paste that. And I think I forgot to do this to the second brass. Like the, oh wait. I'm not even using, I made that second brass recording wrong. And we can, when we do that second brass recording, we can actually save over it because it was wrong. Okay, so, now we can go to pattern 8 and delete this. And then we go and grab our, well, I need to grab it again because I copied the automation, because I copied the knob value. So copy this again and go to channel, I have to go to pattern 8 and paste this here. And so now I need to go to the TG77 and select my brass patch. This is WN flute. If I go to press the buttons and 1980, wait, brass 1980. So now I have the brass patch selected. So now I just need to record this thing. And it's too loud, so let me see. I think I already have the volume set low, so let me set the gain. Nice. Okay, so we set that, and then I want to go to new recording and record. Okay, but I need a tail at the end of that, so let me go and record that again. And then let's see. I also kind of want an ending to this. So let me go down here. Nice. Now if I go and record that, I need a dead note here. So let me press record. Now that's good. So then cut recording and trim side noise, and then we save as Eternal Brass 2. So now this is the layer that we need. Actually, I can put this in the flute over here. Yeah, that just for safekeeping, so I don't need another track. And the brass can go in a new pattern. Let's see. Yeah, the brass can go here, and then we have to take our volume automation, if we have it, at bar 6, at track 6. So what we want then is this like it's because the brass starts here at 27. So we want this volume automation here. Let's copy this. And that means we're going to need to put it in the brass pattern. But it's going to need some new well, no. We can just put the automation in the brass pattern where it starts. So let's go to right click, edit events. And then it starts here, right? Yes. So let's select there and then play, and that'll be our pattern there. Now we just need our panning. So we grab 31% to the right, copy that value, and then go to brass 2 and paste it. Okay, so we've got that. Now what else do we need? Yeah, that's good. Now the next channel is 7. That's the bass strings. We got that one already. So it stays strings for a while. And that is the one that we got all the way up to, it's channel 24. And I remember because I tracked that change at 24, and then it becomes a harmonica. So this is all harmonica here, and the harmonica is also part of the TG77. You just have to go and record it. And let me go to that throwaway pattern on 8 and paste this here. It has no envelope, so we don't need to worry about giving it its own pattern. We just have to worry about, let's see, I just have to change the TG77 patch to be Muthi, which is W, which is in the wind, so it's not far off. Well, it actually is far off because we're in brass, but Muthi, there we go. That's the harmonica. So now we play. That should be the right octave. Let me check. Sounds like it. Yes. So now we just raise the volume on that. Let me see. Raise the gain. So that works. Let's see. Nice. So that'll do it. Now we just have to go to Edison, press new, and record and play. And also put it in. I also want to put it in. I also need to hit no. Cool, so that works. Now just stop recording, trim side noise, and save as eternal harmonica. Okay, so we have that. Now I just need to refresh the browser. And then we can paste that there. And so this starts right after those strings end. The bass strings. Yeah, because this stops doing stuff here and then that happens. But we need this down here. And so now I just need to take the panning and volume automation. So at the end there we have 70% left. And then let's go to the filter group all. Paste that value on the recording. And so this is the volume, not value that we need. So let's just copy that value. And it stays the same, so we don't have to copy any automation. Let me paste that value. Okay, so now we have that. And then now we can move on to channel 8. And we are finally almost done. Like we have one more flute recording to make. So let's copy that. And the rest is just more bass string patches. So let's go to our channel 8, delete this, but we're gonna need the envelope controller for this because this flute does have an envelope, but it plays at the same time as another flute because there's this flute trills going on. No, it plays at bar 4, 5. And but that is going on with another, I think it's layered with another flute. And this flute, so this flute is really... What the... That is not supposed to happen. I don't know what is happening here. That is nut. What is that? That's the harmonica patch going on there. Where is it? See, the harmonica is... It's layered with the flute. What is going on? Oh, I see what's happening. We have... So this pattern is still playing the... Is this pattern still playing the MIDI out? And so it's just playing the TG77. So we can delete that because this flute doesn't have a pattern. This flute doesn't have a an envelope controller, but we will need this pattern then for the next flute, which is happening right under this one. And we're actually still using that automation. So it's just a volume automation. Let's see. So patterns, flute 2. This is going straight into the flute volume, so we can just keep that as automation, but I am going to need an envelope controller for this next flute recording. So what I want to do then is paste this new recording into the MIDI out. And I want to change the TG77 patch to the flute again. WN Muthi. Again, flute. And then now I want to play. But remember, I need this flute to go up an octave. So we have our, let's see. Raise the volume a bit. So now we have that set. Now I can go to the Edison and press record. Stop recording, stop playback, and then trim the side noise, and save this recording as yet another flute line for eternal flute. Number 5. So now we go to collapse the browser and go to Mana, TG77 recordings, eternal flute. And I'm gonna put this because it starts right after flute 2, so I'm gonna put this right here, and this is going to use flute 2. The flute 2 pattern, so let me go. And the automation here shows there's nothing really happening here, so I think it just takes this for the rest of it. Yeah. And so this being, I'm going to change this MIDI out to, let me go to filter group and select all. Change this MIDI out to another Fruity envelope controller. And then set that envelope controller to control the flute 5. The envelope controller, articulator 1, number 4, articulator. Fruity envelope controller number 4, articulator 1. So accept, and now I want to go and get the flutes volume automation. Oh, that's right. It has to be. So now I need the volume automation for this. So let me get it playing so it takes, and then that would be down here. The panning is 16% right, so I can copy and paste that real quick. And then the volume is going to be, so it's going to be what this right here, which is 44%, so we can go to the volume multiplier and set it to about 44. There we go. Oh, and this is a dead note, so I can remove that because it's going to mess with the articulator. So now we just need to set our envelope. Now, what is the envelope? What does it sound like? And so I want to set this to tempo and snap. Now the attack seems right. Let's see. Oops. Let me kind of estimate here that, let me set the release to be slow and let me set the decay to be longer, like a whole bar, the whole rest of the bar. I keep hitting the wrong thing. Now let me see how that stacks. The flute, the attack is quicker. Okay, so that's good. Nice. Oh wait, I have more flute here. That's right. Thing goes on for longer. Um, Wait a minute. I can't. This was cut off for a reason. So I can't do that. This was like my extra notes that I had cut out. So I have to move this. Nice. And I can raise this volume up now. So you guys can hear it. Okay, so does this have a vibrato is what I want to know. No. And I think it has a longer decay too. Maybe 2 bars instead. Nice. So this is all coming together really shakily because this is a really complicated song. And I think it's because of all these volume on automations that is giving us trouble. So not everything, not all the volumes are wacky like that. We have some sections of the song that are really, comprehensible. And so I want to set, so the flutes have to all go into the flute bus. Brass goes to 6, flute goes to 4. Harmonica just kind of is going to go in its own place. And the last flute goes to 4. Okay, so that's good. Now, what else do we have going on in channel 8? Oh, that's right. It's all more bass strings from there. So let's grab this. All right, so this is the last, let's see, last stretch. We have our bass strings here. And I'm gonna need another patch for this because I think we have all our strings playing at once. So in the moment where these bass strings start, all our strings are already playing, so now what I want to do is add yet another strings patch. It's going to be channel 8. And so I'm going to go into bass and strings 1. And since this is connecting with the bass, I'm just going to add it over there. This is taking over for the bass. Oh, it's actually chords. And so this is going to channel 8. So select channel 8, Alt C to change. Now I need my panning and volume information for that. So panning is 16% right, and it doesn't change at all, so 16R. And then volume is going to be, let's see. Nice. Okay, so this is there, and then copy that. Go to string, well, we go to the automation page, assign this strings of volume automation, and go to current project, generators, contact, and now go to the very last value that's been created. And now this is going to go where the notes start, I think. Wait, no, I copied the whole thing, so it just goes to the beginning of the song, really. Okay, so this should line up. Let me check that. No. Our bass strings start where that first change is, the second change. So this is actually I'm actually gonna insert some space here. Control insert. Okay, it's coming together pretty well, actually. So now, with everything is done being recorded, so I can go delete Edison and go back into 44.1, which means I'll have to save the project. Let me call this Mana. Let me go to Mana and call this Eternal Recurrence. How much time do we have left? Okay, we're already at 3 hours. So I'm going to go and play this once and let you guys hear it, and then we'll call it a day because I'm going to mix it tomorrow. Nice, and it has a comprehensive ending too. Okay, I think there's something wrong here, but... Yeah, something's not right here. I think I wasn't supposed to repeat I think I'm supposed to repeat this and do like that, but let's see. I'd have to copy and paste. But I can't even do that because, let's see. Holding Alt and moving. Yeah. No, there's no flute that does this here. And there's really no flute that changes like that. So I don't know what this is. Let's see. Ah, I see. Yeah, I was supposed to do this change first, and then... Ah, this is supposed to be a tail of sorts. So... what I have to do then is drag this here, and now this plays out. Okay, so that's good for today. When we come back tomorrow, we're gonna mix the whole thing and try and loop it and make the ending and stuff. But for now, we're out of time for today. I only wanted to be here for 3 hours, but I'll come back tomorrow. And yeah, that's right. So we'll finish this tomorrow, and then we'll start on whatever it is, the next one. I might even just take a break and come back. Yeah, I might just take a break and come back and finish this later. We shall see. But that will be all for now, and thank you guys for coming to the stream, and I will see you next time. Jam and Sam out.